7:03, Drew rolls over, it's fine, it's final buffer, you'll see. Got show notes scribbled on a pizza box, half a take on his phone and mismatched socks. Said he'd have it done by Friday night, but he fell down a back issue, rabbit hole fight. Just want one more lost in a caffeine haze. Kyle's texting, hey, you good, my dude? Listeners refreshing like it's breaking news. Spotify's empty, the feed's a ghost. Drew's in the kitchen burning toast. Whoa, it's out late again. Blame it on the long box and the 2 a.m. He almost forgot to hit export. Now we're mixing at midnight like a last resort. Whoa, hear the fans complain. Where's my weekly dose of nerdy pain? It's comics for fun and profit, not comics when Drew remembers he's got upload. Upload, upload. Hit publish, don't implode. GarageBand crashed, or so he claims, but we all know he was sorting by first appearances and variant names, bro. The algorithm doesn't care if you were hunting for a 9.8 somewhere. Mike was hot, but the file was not. He swears he mixed it, guess he forgot. Relax, he says, it's basically done. Transload percent, not one. Kyle's like, man, we had a plan. Drew's like, yeah, but check the scan. The clock strikes 12, panic attack. Wait, did I bounce the final track? Whoa, it's out late again. Blame it on the batches and the grading pen. He almost forgot to hit export. Now we're speed running and it's like a last resort. Whoa, hear the fans complain. Refresh is driving us insane. It's comics for fun and profit, sure, but punctuality not secure. Upload, upload. Drew bro, stay on the road. This is your intervention, man. Set a reminder, make a plan. You can analyze the market trends, but can you meet your deadlines, friend? You've got slabs, you've got stats, you've got takes on variant formats, but none of that matters at all if the episode never leaves the wall. Whoa, it's out late again, but we'll still tune in cause we're lifers, man. From Silver Age hype to modern despair, we'll wait an hour but don't make it a pair. Drew hit publish and now we're done. It's coming, maybe he'll mix on time. Upload, upload. Set the alarm and hit the code. Upload, upload. Before Kyle explodes.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 1013 for comics originally releasing on March the 4th, 2026. Before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday. Drew, I'm still a little under the weather, still a little raspy. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the love on the intro music for the last week. But we soldier on, my friend. We soldier on.
Yeah. You show up. And
That's right.
80% of success is showing up.
Sometimes my best ability is availability.
That's 100% true. We've been told, we got a little feedback that, every episode could be somebody's first episode.
That's true.
And you guys do point out when comic books are not as accessible to new readers or lapsed readers as they could be, so you should make your show more accessible to somebody who stumbles across them. So I'm going to try to remember to do a little setup each week or bi-weekally or monthly, depending on how often we come together, that tells you what Comics for Fun and Profit, what you're about to hear. I'm going to set the table, if you will, for what it is. We are Comics for Fun and Profit. We're where comics passion meets the profit margin. What do you think of that? I workshop that. You like that?
That has been run through ChatGPT multiple times.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. We talk about comic books, the comic book industry. We talk about creatives, the business side. We love comics. We love talking about comics, and we love making money from comics even better.
Absolutely.
So you'll hear.
We would love it if the habit could pay for itself.
Yeah. So we always touch on how comics are selling each and every week on the secondary market. We check on what's coming out in the future, and also what's coming out in the very near future, in the week coming up, and we call that the pick of the week, or sneak peek.
Our sneak peek at next week.
Sneak peek at next week. And we throw extra stuff in there, different little segments. None of them ever catch on, and we usually come right back to these segments each and every week. What's selling in the secondary market, what's coming up to pre-order, and what's coming out in your comic shops in the next week.
Mixed with a little humor and a little charisma and a little joy.
Yeah, that's hit or miss as well.
Womp womp.
We try our best. But yeah, if that sounds good to you, stick around and tell your friends.
Absolutely.
With all that being said, let's hop right in.
Yeah, let's head right in. We like to start where we always like to start, with our good friends at Comics Heating Up. I'm sorry. Click the wrong link. At comicbookinvest.com, CBSI. Let's look at the Hot 10. Let's catch what is on the trending market as far as sales on the secondary market. People doing the same thing as we are, where we find some books that have shot up in price, and we offer them up. Let's start with our very first book. We're going to start with White Sky #1.
Okay.
Another Image has been on fire lately.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful resurgence of the last decade and a half, seeing things like Image doing super well and things like Vertigo doing super well. That really makes me happy. We start off with this one with a brand new #1 this week, Dethroning Dorks. We have a new Image first, storming out of the gate with more than 500 sold in the secondary market.
Respectable number.
Yeah, cover price. With everything going over the cover price after only 2 days. We saw a high of $78. There's a B cover as well that has a high of 50 and is selling for 10. And even the blank cover hit a high of $50.
And if it's a cross between Supernatural and The Last of Us,
yeah,
I missed out. That is my wheelhouse, so I need to hunt this down.
Yep, we will see where it goes, but it had a decent start as far as the story goes. But an even more impressive start on the afternoon. And Drew and I, when we talk about new books and things that catch fire, of course, #1's always over-ordered.
Yep.
If the #1 catches fire, you're usually able to grab issue 3. You can pump your orders.
Yep.
If you see that one caught fire, and issue 2 is usually the lowest printed amount on most of these underwhelm or series that not everybody catches.
Yeah, that's true. That's going to be the whole, and so if you can FOC that #2, I would.
Yeah, it's going to have a much smaller print run, but than both issue 1 and issue 3. That seems to be how it always works. At rank 2, we have Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #1 by Mad Cave. Another indie comic, out of the gate super fast, but this time out of Mad Cave. This book already has more than 115 sold, which is more than I thought Mad Cave usually printed, with an average of $19 and a high of 60. There is also a B cover that on its own has hit a high of 50, and sets of both A and B are selling from between 90 and 115.
So Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre sounds super dumb, but is it just because it's a super dumb title that people are after it, or is it something you think that's actually a good?
You had me at Florida.
Right.
At rank 3, we talked about this last week. Bleeding Hearts #1, our buzzword of 2026 has been Denise Camp. If we're not arguing about how to say it, we're arguing about how many books they are writing. Sliding down a spot from last week despite another more than 100 selling, this Vertigo title retains a strong position at 33, thanks to an average of $16 and new highs of $20. Rising along in its wake, the cover D has more than 40 sold, averaging 12 and shooting around 14 for other covers.
Nice.
Rank 4, we have Dorks, D apostrophe Orcs, number 1. Dropping from the top spot, despite continued impressive sales, this aftermarket monsters had another few hundred sold, averaging $82 with a high of $130 on the cover A. Meanwhile, cover B also pulling up its average to 51 with a high of 69, as the cover C averages 45 with a high of 81.
Another few hundred. They didn't even put a number on it.
Yeah.
Multiple
At rank
hundreds.
5, White Sky number 1. 1 in 25. Another image number 1, Drew. Had this included as part of the number 1, but spun it off on its own, as this is a monster seller on its own, despite only a dozen sold so far. Though it's already got an average of an outstanding $151 and a crazy high $250 already being on the market for a couple. So, of course, number 1 being the cover A, and then the ratioed 1 in 25 down here at rank 5, just because it's also been doing very well.
Wow.
And again, a dozen copies of a ratioed 1 in 25, that's a good bit of books from the secondary market. At rank 6, Spider-Man Noir, number 1. It took a few days for the trailer to make the rounds, and finally the market responded with more than 30 sales and an overall average of $436 graded and raw are both included in that. Standout sales of high raw. There was a $550 newsie and a pair of CGC 9.8s for $625. Meanwhile, sets are going from between $350 and $450. Nearly ignored by comparison is the B cover, which sells for less than half of that price. CGC 9.8 sold for $280, and raws are going for between $75 and $110.
Jesus, this thing really spiked. I didn't realize it had got that much heat based off the
Nicolas Cage, baby, Nicolas Cage.
I guess.
At rank 7, DCKO Night Fights number 3. Joshua Williamson, Dan Moore on the cover, rising up a bit from last week with more than 60 selling, an average of $15 and a high of 25. This book continues to move. While it's currently standout issue of the series, 4 issue sets will fetch you between $30 and $50.
You know, the way these numbers are moving, are you thinking that there's a significant portion of the comic collector population that is just like done with pre-ordering?
Yeah,
they're
like, we miss more than we hit. When something spikes, I'll grab it as soon as I can on eBay.
I no longer feel like playing the pre-order game. I no longer want to track down catalogs or find a retailer to get it to me, and I don't want to can't find an LCS that'll stock the stuff I want. So I'll just wait.
And you know why that is?
Why?
Because our good friends at Deep Discount Comics stopped doing pre-orders.
Yeah.
And you know what? Without having our good friends at Deep Discount on the market, they just ain't worth living.
It's just crumbled. Everything's crumbled.
Yep. My goodness, the next one warms the cockles of my heart, Drew. The cockles are as warm as they're ever going to be. At rank 8, Mega Man X, number 1, the 1 in 5. Boy, that looks like a Super Nintendo cover. I'm biased as a big Mega Man fan. Same. But I love this 1 in 5 variant as it brings back a lot of nostalgia with the SNES cover box homage. The market loves it too, with more than 30 sold at an average of $22 with an impressive high of $50.
If we would have seen this cover, you would have picked this cover.
I would have loved this cover with everything that I had. I am a big Mega Man fan, big Mega Man X. Probably my most played game growing up was Mega Man 2 for the NES.
There you go.
And I'm a big fan of the franchise's earlier stuff. And just seeing that, like I said, love that cover. So, as far as comics for fun and profit, we got a little profit there. But boy, that's just a fun cover.
That's a fun cover.
Yep. At rank 9, we have Death to Pachuco number 5 from Image Comics. Another brand new release coming out of the gate with a ton of momentum in this B cover on the final issue of this mini, with more than 25 sold, averaging $19 with a high at 25. Holy crap! At issue 5,
wow. I've never heard of this.
Yeah, I've never heard of people not really caring that much for 1, 2, 3, or 4. But boy, issue 5 looked cool.
And not the A cover, but the B cover.
The B.
That's crazy.
Yep. Outright 10, Exquisite Corpses #1. This is, of course, the thank you. Thank you is when a distributor decides to send a singular thank you issue to their retail stores that is much more limited than a regular one. Usually there's only 1 or 2 per store. And a lot of those stores throw them directly up on eBay.
Yeah, this is number 10, not 1.
Oh, sorry. Another issue and another 1 per account thank you edition, nearly replicating the production of the previous releases. We've seen about 20 sold on an impressive average of $44, with the highest 75 out of the gate once again. Lather, rinse, repeat.
That's, yeah. When they do the thank yous, there's only 2,500 of them. That's their print run.
About the number of, well, we used to call them diamond distributors. Now, what are they? Are they lunar souls or?
Well, losers? Since this is an image, this would be a lunar retailer, someone who uses the lunar catalog to order.
There you go. We also, when we go through our Hot 10, we track notable sales. We've got a Wonder Woman 28, the steampunk variant. Classic steampunk variant saw a CGC 9.8 sold this week for a whopping $2,300. For context, the all-time high was $2,678 back in 2025. Are we about to see a new high watermark set with the month ahead?
All right.
Of course, this is a book from 2014, part of the New 52. But boy, is it a great, great J.G. Jones cover.
That is really great, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of amazing covers, Amazing Spider-Man 607, a newsstand version of the 9.8 of this classic J. Scott Campbell cover, sold this week for $2,800, setting an all-time high for context. The last one sold was $2,000 back in 2024. Not many newsies out there in this grade, hence the premium pricing. Of course, newsstand variants are the ones that have the actual literal barcode at the bottom and are sold through newsstands and not direct to order.
And you would think that the steampunk covers would come up more often. But you don't see a lot of them.
No, not as much. They're definitely not all done as well as that Wonder Woman.
Yeah, at least like in the big 2, doing steampunk
100%.
there.
Yeah. Things to keep an eye on. G.I. Joe #19, the 1 in 100. Mask will be getting their own series from Skybound soon, but this 1 in 100 is one to watch. While only 3 have sold, they did so for an impressive average of $163 and a high of $200. Currently, there is one active auction already, around $4,200. I'm guessing that's not correct. We'll buy it now at $400.
Yeah, probably not right. Probably not correct.
Do you have any experience with Mask, Drew?
No, I have no idea what it is. Is it a toy line? Like G.I. Joe?
Yeah, I think it was a generic equivalent to G.I. Joe. I think it was like the GoBots to Transformers, as is Mask to G.I. Joe.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And we have End of Life #1, another Vertigo title. The next Vertigo offering out this week was a fun read. The market is starting to ripple a bit as cover C is hitting $10, with listings asking between $10 and $25. Behind that is the B by Fiamora, which has peaked at $8.50 with a high sale of $10. The cover A and others can still be found at cover price. Yeah, so
that was good too.
You and I normally we see a lot of people clamoring for cover A. It's the standard cover,
right?
And there's a few cases here because it is a case where if they're over ordered, normally the cover A is what is still available for cover price from the big distributors.
Yeah. The
big stores. So
yeah,
it is a guessing game.
And this was another good, strong Vertigo title. I enjoyed it a lot. And it's a hitman on the run because he got sold out and going back to his hometown. It's pretty good, fun writing and good art and another quality offering from Vertigo.
There you go. More to keep an eye on. All-Star Comics 58. Rumors of Power Girl appearing in the Supergirl movie have this first appearance. God, please be Sydney Sweeney. Selling for about a dozen copies a week the last month or so, as high-grade Raws fetch up to $190, while low mid-grades go for anywhere between $30 and $100.
Wasn't she already somebody in the
Don't care.
Madam
Don't just
Web?
move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the last, keep an eye on it. Amazing Spider-Man 10. More rumblings of updates coming for the Spider-Punk adaptation. Have this one on the radar, as it also had about a dozen sold this week with a raw average of 30 to 50, where it's been the last year or so, while at CGC 9.8 fetches $200. This, of course, is featuring our boy, the Superior Spider-Man.
Okay. All right. Take it.
And, of course, written by Dan Slott.
Your boy, Dan Slott.
All right, Drew, we've trudged through what's currently hot on the secondary market. Now, you and I are going to switch hats, and we're going to put on our future hats, and we're going to pull up the DC Connect. That is the February issue that we'll be talking about May books. So we're going to look into the future a little bit, and we're going to critique DC and its current new offerings, and we're going to see if anything in there piques our interest as the next thing and the next big thing. And we're, of course, as we look at it, we're hoping for some more Vertigo.
Only 52 pages and new 52 pages.
New 52, yeah.
How clever of them.
Yeah. And we're going to start where we always start, with Absolute Batman, issue number 20.
Yeah.
The redacted cover. Now, you told me all these. No, is it Absolute that's all supposed to go to 24 and be done?
No, that was Ultimate on the Marvel
that was Ultimate.
side.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm getting confused. So we have a big old redacted cover. We don't get our Nick Dragotta cover all the way. So, but I mean, if everything is everything, this will do very well.
If it's a redacted cover, it's going to be hot. Yeah.
Yep. Next, here we go, Drew. I'm calling it now. Absolute Catwoman number 1.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's going to do well.
And guess what? There's a Sozo Miyake cover coming that they're not showing us.
Oh, well, the Nakayama is great.
Nakayama's great.
The Andrews is great.
Yep.
I got some foil covers in there.
1 in 25 looks Derek Chewish or Kari Andrews-ish. Mm-hmm. Bengals. There's good stuff. But yeah, I can pretty much guarantee you that Sozo Miyake is going to be fire.
Yeah. Yep. It'll be good. And I'll read this one. I'll read this. Even though I've fallen off of all the others besides Absolute Batman, I will still read this.
There we go. And we have Absolute Green Arrow number 1 by a writer that I actually assume is Drew, and it's his other pseudonym with Pornsack Pinochet.
Yeah, that's what I write under.
Yep. Art and cover by Raphael Albuquerque.
Rolls off the tongue.
Without the trick arrows, without the money, without mercy, what's left of the Absolute Hunter?
Well, I really think they need to like I think Catwoman has been in Absolute Batman, but I don't know, at least so far, the Absolutes that I've read, Absolute Batman's, there has been no Green Arrow unless he's debuted in another one. But I mean, I really think they should introduce them in one of the established books and not just launch them.
There you go.
So we'll see. I guess you can do what you can do, whatever you want. But
I don't know Gerard Perel very well, but I like his cover up there.
I'm looking at the interior pages; they look solid.
Yeah, they said this is kind of a I know what you did last summer for billionaires being murdered.
Oh, okay.
Absolute Superman 19, of course, all in. King Shazam is here to shatter the Absolute Universe. That is a cool Shazam. I did not even realize he was on that cover, but that's awesome.
Can you see him?
Yeah, you can see the lightning bolt there. You can see the face above it. Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
Absolute Wonder Woman issue 20. Give Wonder Woman a Buster Sword and everybody's happy.
Yeah. People seem to be digging it.
Absolute Green Lantern 14. Absolute Flash 15. Jeff Lemire. Absolute Martian Manhunter issue 12.
These must all be doing well. They have yet to cancel a single one. which is
Yeah, this Absolute universe seems to be doing quite well.
Yeah, it's a surprise. Nothing's petered out.
Barbara Gordon breakout number 1. Barbara Gordon is not in a wheelchair for any of this. She is up and at 'em.
Oh wait, Absolute Manhunter is the Martian Manhunter is the final issue.
Oh, yep, it is the jaw-dropping final issue at 12. You jinxed him by saying none of these have faded out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There we go.
Well, Mariko Tamaki is writing this Barbara Gordon breakout number 1. It is part of DC Next Level. It is not all in.
Okay.
And it is not Absolute.
Framed, outlawed, hunted, the extra-legal activities of Gotham's vigilantes have never been more dangerous. Barbara Gordon is arrested for aiding the Bat family. She's shipped off to the Supermax. They still got Vandal Savage as the commissioner. Forgot about that. Find herself alone, surrounded by dangerous criminals. Okay. Mariko Tamaki and Amanke Nahupan.
Thank you for digging that word. Leaping from the pages of May's Batman number 9. Goes to this. Interesting interior art. I like the kind of sketched out stuff, the blueprint things. We talked about Jamal Campbell's Zatanna last month, and here's Zatanna number 2.
Okay.
And now we get into shrinking them down a little bit. We got Batwoman 3. That's Greg Rucka writing that.
Forgot about that.
Young, yeah, Scotty Young is headlining and writing this Lobo number 3 with Jorge Corona. Deathstroke the Terminator number 3. Fury of Firestorm number 2. Here we have the Batman number 9. This Matt Fraction Batman. This is, of course, where we're talking about the issue 8. This issue 9 that we're talking about is what springs Barbara Gordon to her next book that we also talked about.
Oh.
So you have to order this Batman 9.
Okay.
If you're doing that Barbara Gordon book.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Poison Ivy 44 all in. Oh my goodness. I see 4 or 5 Poison Ivy covers and she's not making out with another character. That's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah. Perhaps we're going to actually write her. Batgirl 19. Tate Bromball writing Batgirl.
And it says it's the finale of the story arc. I guess not. That doesn't mean it's the finale of the actual series.
It's just Curse of the Blood. Yeah, I was going to say. So 21 will start something new.
So many Batgirls. Do another one.
Detective Cobb makes 1109. Tom Taylor.
Fantastic.
Nightwing 138. Nightwing is all in. Dan Waters still writing that one.
That was a really good story arc that finished up with Nightwing Prime, and it was really good. So took a little, took the full 6 issues to tell the story. Probably could have got it done a little earlier, but still, I liked it. Well done.
Didn't quite wrap it up as quick as you'd like, but we did what we could.
Well, they all do that now, right? With the long...
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Long tails on a lot of things.
Yep.
Harley Quinn 62, looking more and more like an all-agey book and more difficult for me to take seriously, no matter who's writing this.
Yeah.
Catwoman 87, Doran Grunbeck. Got a good Frank Cho cover.
The Harley Quinn does have an homage cover to Dark Knight Returns. Was that 2? Number 2 or number 3?
Yeah, I think
that
so.
Cover in the middle there by March. Was that Gillum March?
Yeah, I think he's aping what's his face's style.
Yeah, Miller.
Yeah, Frank Miller blanked for a second.
Frank Cho with a really cool designed cover for that Catwoman 87.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of Greek and Roman architecture behind him with things like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Continuing to do that kind of thing. Wonder Woman 33, Tom King. There's a DC Cross Sonic the Hedgehog variant coming out by LaRue. We're not seeing any of those, but interesting because that, of course, that third movie's coming out.
Oh, okay. That's what that's about.
Justice League Unlimited 19. Mark Waid, Dan Mora. JSA 19. It's the Jeff Lemire. Not a bad cover.
Yeah.
And then here's we talked about, the Hedgehog, and here's a bunch of Hedgehog news.
So Flash is way faster than Sonic, right?
I don't know. That Hedgehog's pretty fast, but I don't know if he has the Speed Force or why he's red.
Yeah. Is that the other guy, Tails?
Tails is behind him on the right with, it looks like metal arms and stuff, because they've... But I'm assuming he's red because he's got the Speed Force.
Or his own Flash costume, because it looks like Flash's,
Interesting. I do like Sonic, but I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, because he's blue in the interior pages.
Yeah.
So he must get a costume.
Yeah, he's blue. Yeah, I was going to say that. Superman 38, Joshua Williams says. I like that Jorge Fornes cover. What little bit I can see of it.
Yeah.
Reign of the Superboys at War with the Weapons Master in Action Comics 1098 by Mark Waid. Supergirl 13, Reign of the Superboys. Boys is in this as well. Superman Unlimited 13. More Reign of the Superboys continues in this one. And whoever Beppo is some sort of super monkey. So just FYI, watch out for that.
Okay. I like... I'm only reading like one or two of those books. I really don't want to read all of them. So I'm not going to know what's going on, am I?
You have to catch up at the end. Batman, Superman, World's Finest 51. And the tagline is Roar. We got dinosaurs on the cover, brother. Dinosaurs.
Yep. Can't go wrong there.
The World's Finest team enters the lost world of Skartaris, home of Travis Morgan, the Warlord. New Titans 35, Fallout of DCKO. Emperor Aquaman 17. Jeremy Adams writing that one. Green Lantern 35. I don't know who these people are, but oh well.
Yeah. Lanterns.
Yeah, Green Lantern Corps 16. Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, Guy Gardner, #1. Jerry Dugan writing that one.
That's tempting.
Flash 33. Go ahead.
That's tempting because Guy Gardner is one of my favorite lanterns.
You know why it's also tempting?
Why?
David Aja cover.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Flash 33 by Ryan North. Adventures of Superman, the Book of L. 8 Philip Kennedy Johnson writing that one. Gotham Academy, first year, #4. There's a Man-Bat in the Academy's belfry.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Superman, Father of Tomorrow, #1. The sole survivor of Krypton, Jor-El, a brand new Elseworlds Batman series, starts here. Beautiful Daily Planet cover by
Riley Rossmo.
Riley Rossmo.
Gabriel Hardman doing a cover too. That's great.
Yeah. That's, of course, going to be a 32-pager, $5. Not bad. Back into some Spotlight stuff where we get into some of our reprints. We get Swamp Thing 1989, issue #2, as we go through that untold story that is finally going to be told. We have Sirens, Love Hurts #4, Wedding Bells. Teeny Howard and Babs Tarr on that one. Into our facsimiles, we have the Saga of the Swamp Thing 21 facsimile edition. Alan Moore and Stephen Bissett teach an anatomy lesson.
And that is Alan Moore's first American comics work.
Yep.
This was my first Key comic that I ever owned. And I don't know if I still have it or I sold it. I can't even remember. But I had it forever, and it was one of my prized possessions until I got my Werewolf by Night 32 with first appearance of Moon Knight.
There you go. Batman Static Beyond, number 6. Then we get into our Vertigo books. Nice House by the Sea, number 10. Bleeding Hearts 4 will be out by that time. The Peril of the Brutal Dark, an Ezra Kane mystery, number 4.
Also really good. Brutal Dark, Ezra Kane mystery was really good. Gritty, quiet crime noir. Tons of fun. Really liked it.
And then from Kyle Starks, we have End of Life, the 4th issue of that one as well.
So what I'm saying is Vertigo was 3 for 3 with their relaunch. I liked all 3 things.
But hasn't given us a new number 1 since that relaunch.
Right.
I was selfishly hoping for at least one new book every other month. But we shall see.
Well, yeah, that's true. There should have been another launch by now.
I would have thought. But again, beggars can't be choosy. I'm just so happy it's back.
Yeah.
All right, we did facsimiles, and then we went away from facsimiles, and now we're back to facsimiles with Justice League of America 75 facsimile edition. The Black Canary joining the JLA. The conclusion of Batman Year 2 with Detective Comics 578 facsimile edition. And The Dark Knight Returns 4 with its facsimile edition of that Frank Miller classic. Continuing on with that, we have Batman 244 facsimile edition. Return of Ra's al Ghul. And this is where we learn of Damien, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Then for facsimiles, we have Action Comics 583 facsimile edition. Alan Moore's finale of Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow.
Bought this one off the spinner rack.
And I no longer care about anything on the last few pages, so I will turn it over to my brother.
So I get 9 pages. That's fine. I will take them.
You're welcome.
I will take them for you. We have Titans Together, Kami Garcia, All AG, Garbage, Nightwing, Volume 3, The Cirque du Sin by Dan Waters. And that is what I just said finished up. The Cirque du Sin storyline, which is really good. Poison Ivy, Volume 7, Amuse-Bouche. Amuse-Bouche is another name for an appetizer, right? I think.
I believe so.
Yeah. Batman and Robin, Volume 3, The Quiet Man, Philip Kennedy Johnson run. Batgirl of Burnside, DC's Compact Comics Collection. I really thought this would be a lot bigger than it was when it came out.
It was all about the costume change, and then nobody cared.
Yeah, I thought, man, that is cool. She got pouches. She's got her little military-looking jacket. This is gonna be cool. And it really wasn't written very well. DC's Finest, The Fourth World, When the Old Gods Collide, Jack Kirby, and many others. People love that stuff. DC's Finest, Batman, Blind Justice. This has the origin of Poison Ivy, the murder of Batman's copycats, Bruce Wayne's buried past, and much, much more. Shadow of the Batgirl, the 2026 edition. This is Cassandra Cain, teenage assassin who isn't exactly Batgirl material yet. What is this? It doesn't say what it reprints. I guess it doesn't. I guess it's just standalone. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it's $17 and we don't get to see how many pages or how many issues or what it is.
Yeah, so I guess it must be an OGN. And I've never seen that. I've never read that one. Batman the Black Casebook Deluxe Edition. All the things we'd seen that didn't fit and couldn't be explained went into the Black Casebook. So this is written by Bill Finger, Ed Herron, Edmund Hamilton, many others. Art by Dick Sprang, Bob Kane, Sheldon Moldoff. These are all old school Batman stories. Very cool. Absolute Ronin, the 2026 edition. This is a reprint of the Frank Miller run. Batman and the Monster Men, also 26. I remember Monster Men. So this was collected. This was collected from something. Just doesn't tell me what. Batman, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the deluxe edition. I believe you got those all in singles, didn't you, Kyle?
Definitely did. Oh, yeah, I have several of those.
When they came out. The entire miniseries is collected there. We got some Omnibuy, the Bronze Age Batman Omnibus, which is Detective 393 to 422 and Batman 217 to 241. So quite a chunk of Bat books right there. Elseworlds Justice League, covering tons of stuff. Get Eero, the complete collection. I don't know what that is. And John Constantine Hellblazer, the Paul Jenkins, Sean Phillips Omnibus, collecting Hellblazer 51 and 83 through 128, as well as Hellblazer Books of Magics 1 and 2, Vertigo Winter's Edge #1, and Hellblazer 250, featuring never-before-seen art from the making of the book. We have Justice League of America, the Silver Age Omnibus, Volume 1. The Silver Age Justice League is pretty amazing stuff. A lot of great covers in there. And they should probably just collect those covers. That'd be sweet, too.
Absolutely.
We got another omnibus of Nightwing, the Tom Taylor run.
Tom Taylor run.
Yes.
97 through 118.
Yeah, it's a good, solid run there. Planetary Compendium, the Warren Ellis. I have read Planetary 1 through 6. I really liked it. I have not read the next volume, and I need to, because it's a really cool sci-fi thing from back in the day, 2000, early 2000s, I think, was when it came out. But I wasn't reading comics then, so I'm trying to catch up on some of those blind spots. Robin Year One is a reissued collection, collects the full miniseries of that Nightwing run, as well as Batgirl Year One and She-Hulk. Okay, interesting. Absolute Infinite Crisis. That's Jeff Johns' run. That's collected here. Superman Action Comics, the Dan Jurgens Omnibus #2 is collected. Flash by John Williamson gets a third omnibus. These are all like 1,000 pages too. It's a lot of stuff. The Wonder Woman George Perez omnibus. That's going to be gorgeous. You know that. And that looks like it finishes us up. We've got an ad for Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, which is hitting its 40th anniversary. So I guess they're just advertising their facsimiles that they're selling. So overall, Kyle, not a lot of new stuff. A couple of new absolutes that I guess I'll check out. I'll definitely check out the Catwoman. I might check out the Green Arrow.
I was going to say 2 new absolutes is a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I necessarily will see about the the Barbara Gordon one as well.
Oh, yep. I'll check that out as well. So some new #1s to pique my interest, some ongoings to keep me hooked. Not an overwhelmingly chock full of stuff issue, but pretty solid.
Solid for what is it, May?
Yeah. Yep.
There we go.
Good job, DC.
Drew, before we head on over to Lunar, just pause right there for a second for me.
I can do that.
we're getting ready to do our sneak peek at next week, which is where we look at the books coming out next week to try to give you advice on what the hot book coming out is that you can pick up for cover price right away and have a little equity built in when it starts going the way of the absolutes. And I mentioned that because we've got some absolute Batman items coming up in this one, and I wanted to quiz you a little bit on what printing of Absolute Batman #1 we're currently on.
I already looked. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you wanted me to avert my eyes.
Son of a bitch.
It's 11.
The 11th printing of Absolute #1. The 8th printing of #2, 7th of 3, 6th of 4, 5th of 5, 5th of 6, 5th of 7th, issue 8 reprinting as well, with a third print, 9 on a third print, 11 on a third print, 10 on a third print, 12 on a third print, 13 and 14 as well. It's crazy.
Yeah, so the Absolute universe begins and ends with Absolute Batman.
God bless him for continuing to print him. So, like, you can walk in off the street and get an issue for cover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that they're still doing that.
Yep. That is that's a lot of printings, which is great.
Yeah. Absolute Flash issue #12. Absolute Superman #1 of that on its 7th printing. Absolute Superman going to a 3rd printing. And Absolute Superman 17 coming out with some good covers there.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, 2 on its 5th printing, 3 on its 4th. Yeah, this must be the week that we're just going to reprint Absolutes like it ain't thing.
Yep.
8th printing of Absolute Wonder Woman #1. Jeez.
Yeah.
Facsimile edition.
Pretty solid, really. All of the big.
I was just going to say.
The Trinity is doing well. Yeah.
Yeah. Action Comics 419 Neil Adams foil facsimile edition out as well. Aquaman 12, part of the DCKO line, going to a 2nd print. So a lot of people picking that up, reading DCKO.
Okay. Batgirl 17's got some cool covers.
I even love just the symbol cover.
Yeah.
It's really well done. Of course, whoever Caillou Young Eom is has a great cardstock cover.
Mm-hmm.
Batman 7, love that Jorge Molina cover with that little standoff between Batman and whoever dude in capsule is.
Yeah, that's solid too.
Batman 7 has some International Women's Day card stocks of Batgirl on Batman #7.
That's great.
And of course, Drew likes to celebrate International Women's Day the same way that Deadpool does.
What's that?
By getting pegged.
I walked into that one. Batman Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia, #3 of 4. Dumbass title, but it's been a pretty good book. And it brings up my recurring question. I thought Black Label were 3 issues, and this is 3 of 4. There are no rules, and I thought when Vertigo came back that the Black Label stuff would just fold into that, but I guess not. I guess it's its own thing, which is fine. But don't they also have an Elseworlds imprint?
Yes,
and so
they absolutely do.
So they have an Elseworlds and a Black Label and a Vertigo, and I don't know that all of those need to be existing. I think Elseworlds could be Black Label. Could they not?
Yeah, I would think so.
Most Black Label are Elseworlds titles, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much clarity.
I think you are. Cult of the Lamb, Last Sacrament Special #1, a one-shot from Oni Press, Massive Monster, and Devolver.
Okay.
So we got 3 imprints on one book.
Well, that's kind of neat.
We have $8.
Is this part of the post Diamond bankruptcy consolidation of small publishers?
Yeah, so it says, in partnership with Devolver Digital and Massive Monster, Oni Press presents epic culmination of the Code of the Lambs groundbreaking comic expansion, blah, blah, blah.
Neat.
DC All In Special #1, going to a 3rd print.
And that's where you get your first appearance of Absolute Batman.
Yep.
And would you rather have the 11th printing of your first issue or the 3rd printing of your first appearance?
I think that 11th ending of that first issue. Mm-hmm. DCKO #1 going to a 3rd print as well.
And DCKO finishes up. Thank God. I am playing out the string on that. I just not reading the side quest KO books. I'm getting just like the cliff notes of this story.
And it looks like a bunch of these DCKO one-shots are getting 2nd print. Harley Quinn and Zatanna, 2nd print. Night Fight, 2nd print. Red Hood and Joker, 2nd print.
Yeah, I guess I should have read them.
The Digger #2 from... I do not know who the publisher is because I am blind.
Yeah, I can't tell that one either. Look kind of like Albatross's logo, but I'm not sure.
All right, guys. So we have Dorks 1, 2nd printing. Obviously, this is going to hit hard for no other reason than it's also a different cover. It's not just something where we've changed a color seal on the regular cover.
Gotcha.
Any of the printings. We have new art for the 2nd print of Dorks #1.
Okay.
Which means it's going to be hot. Get it.
Yep.
I don't know if we have a ratio. Sometimes we have a ratio with 2nd prints that we're not seeing. If there is a ratio on 1 in 10 and 1 in 25, snag it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mad Cave also gives us Exploit #1. This is Laura Hudson, Tim Leong, Emiliana Pion. I don't know any of these people. Don't bury the lead, bury your enemies. Kirby Kuo might be late to her true purpose in life, but no one could call the 30-something journalism intern out of time when she uncovers a shocking secret about tech billionaire. Okay. Journalism. Gotta love that.
There you go. Drew, Dynamite is living as hard and fast as they can with these different titles that they own, the properties, the Gargoyles, and the Darkwing Duck. So now we're putting them together, and we have Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck.
Okay.
So, just FYI, the first issue of Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck in a blind bag, and then the regular 3rd issue.
Gotta love that. Whole bunch of Image Firsts relaunches.
Including our Blessed Chew.
Yeah.
Bitter Roots in there.
Low
#1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read off these #1s. You tell me if it's worth reading. Bitter Root.
No.
Chew.
Yes.
Feral.
Yes.
Low.
Yes.
7 to Eternity.
That was a beautiful book. I just lost interest.
I didn't hear yes or no in there, brother.
I'd say yes.
Okay. The Darkness.
No.
Witchblade.
No.
Youngblood.
No.
Some good stuff in there, though.
Yeah.
Some really good stuff.
Yeah.
And again, these are probably like $1 or $2.
Yeah.
Definitely pick them up.
I would think that they're still a buck.
I would think so. It says it didn't give me on the price, but I assume they're
Please
about $1
inquire.
piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the?
And we even saw situations like Saga. First, that issue went up in price for the sample.
I think it says. Yeah, I think the price tag still says $1 on the cover.
Deal.
That's basically free comic book day, right?
No doubt.
It's pretty close to the lost leader for them.
From Image, we have Narco #1, Doug Wagner. miniseries premiere. Marcus Westphal has a rare form of narcolepsy. When he gets excited, he passes out. He's adapted. Homebound life, a harmless infatuation with the girl next door. But when he witnesses her murder and collapse, he becomes suspect number one.
And Kyle, what are they giving me but an homage to Vertigo, Hitchcock movie that I love so much?
Yes, indeed.
As a cover homage, and it's a number one, and it's an image. Come on.
Yeah,
Take my
speaking
money.
your language. Nectar, number one. I don't know who's putting this out.
Yeah.
An island village off
Valiant?
Salem, Massachusetts is inundated by a strange species of butterfly that spread the dancing plague and have a very particular taste in nectar. And that would be human blood.
That's interesting.
Warning, 18 plus. The cover of this book depicts nudity. We have a black bagged cover B for $10.
Cool.
Ooh, I like the cover C too. Oh, gosh, they're good covers.
They are.
So we have, okay, so it's showing me cover I and cover J. So I'm assuming the covers in between I and B are what's in the blind bag.
Okay. Maybe.
And again, oh, it's Vault Comics.
Volt. Yeah, V, duh. I forgot about Volt.
I did too. That's what I was just thinking. Nice House on the Lake, issue 8. Poison Ivy 42.
Pooh Bear Adventures number one. That does not look like my Pooh.
That is, I'm assuming he has hit eminent domain or whatever, where he can be written and drawn by any old moron.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he's adapted the keto lifestyle.
Yeah.
He's getting a little buff. Working on his dad bod there.
Pooh Bear's a little more butch.
Yeah.
This is, of course, a Keen Spot adventure.
Oh, gross. I'm out again. Yeah, it must be in public domain.
Yep. I said eminent domain instead of public
Did you?
domain. Sorry. Yeah.
They will take your house and your land.
Exactly.
Spawn. Scorched.
49. That's crazy. Superman 33, which is a DC KO book, going to a second print, continuing that trend.
Thundar the Barbarian hits number 2. Kyle, I read the first issue of Thundar the Barbarian because that was a show that I watched when I was a kid, and I don't think you probably did.
No.
Yeah, that was it's what I like to call an animated show. It's some people call them
Like a
cartoons.
cartoon?
Some people call them cartoons. Yeah,
Some people.
some people call them cartoons, but I call it an animated series, and it was really a fond memory of my youth. I remembered very little of it as I was reading the comic, and it was like vague recollections of things, and I enjoyed it, but I don't need to read it anymore.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Walking Dead 132, continuing to give us 6 covers on this one. I think this is like when we get introduced to the betas and the whisperers of the world. So
yeah.
A few extras.
Yeah, we're pushing to the end. Almost there. And a lot of young bloods.
All right, head over to Marvel Comics. Look at their March options coming through around. All new Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider number 8 is where we start. Avengers 36. Fantastic Four, First Foes, number 1. Dan Slott writing that. Iceman Omega number 1, Luciano Vecchio writing that. I've not been too keen on the last few Iceman.
No.
Moonstar getting her own book
I don't even.
by Ashley Allen.
I don't know who that is.
I believe that
it's
is...
an X person, right?
Yeah. She is very First Nation.
Oh, I got it. Gotcha.
I very much like the Rogue Scotty Young cover.
I'm glad he still does
Now
this.
you have my attention. Star Wars Shadow of Maul, #1, prelude to the upcoming show on Disney Plus.
How are you going to choose a cover, Kyle?
Exciting prequel series set before the events of the upcoming Disney Plus show. Welcome to Gen X, a neolit shadow-soaked maze of a planet.
Oh, you'll have to take the Born Barons. Well, you have to do the Born Barons.
Yeah, that's friggin' great.
Yeah, you'll have to do that one.
I like the next one too. God, there's a lot of good ones. Mm-hmm. I hate that. That's it's Dan Panosian.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They're solid.
Sometimes comics are awesome, as much as we bitch about things.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They are. Ultimate is giving us Ultimate people that I don't even recognize. I don't like that.
Yeah.
And some X-Men books.
X-Men Annual #1. That one's going to be a Ryan Stegman Annual.
So that's pretty interesting.
Very cool. Drew, we've gone through all the things for our sneak peek at next week, and now is the point of the podcast where we pick the one book that's going to be the book to run in and get, because it's going to be the next Dorks or the next Vertigo title or the next Absolute Batman. I defer to you, my brother. What is your pick of the week?
Well, longtime listeners, I'm sure, have already picked up on exactly which one Kyle's going to choose and exactly which one Drew's going to choose, just based on our reactions to things. So it's pretty obvious for me. I'm going to go with NARCO #1. I love that homage to Vertigo cover. I've seen it before, but every time it sucks me in. I love that. I don't care what it's about narcolepsy or something. That's fine. I'm all in. It's an Image book. Totally my wheelhouse.
An homage to your father, Jimmy Stewart.
Yes, so great.
And I have the difficult decision of choosing between the sure thing that is the second printing of Dorks #1 and the gorgeous beauty that I cannot wait to have in my hands, that is Shadow of Maul.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bjorn Barends,
that's the one you're going
#1.
to pick. Who you kidding?
Yes. My heart says Shadow of Maul. My greedy little wallet says Dorks. We're going with Star Wars Shadows of Maul #1, the Bjorn Barends.
Bjorn Barends, yeah.
Edition.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. Good job, Bjorn Barends.
And while you're there, grab 2 copies of Dorks #1.
Exactly.
Second print. We want to thank you guys for tagging along with Drew and myself as we continue on through all the beautiful books coming out this very first release week of March, as this month is a flying, people. We love it. And if you want more of Drew and myself as we continue to bounce through the worlds of comics, head on over to patreon.com. Find comics for fun and profit. Toss a couple bucks our way. Get our products first. Get our products ad-free. Get access to our Slack channels and all the wonderful joys that Kate means to be part of the community of comic book folk. We thank you so much for Drew and for myself. See you.
Deadlines looming like a send and tow hunt. Drew's at the desk pulling another stunt. Empty frames, ink stains, messy stack. Forgot to hit the record, now we're off the track. Staring at the software, wear flat, missing the upload. Can't have that. My desktop's a wreck, like a crisis event. Wondering where all the render time went. Sweating like I'm trapped in the phantom zone. Mashing every button on this microphone. CPU is peaking, fans are spinning fast. Better late than never, hope the fire will last. I forgot to mix again. What happened, man? Comics for fun and profit, stick to the plan. Out of time, running like the Flash in a Deeper in the weeds than a swamp thing skin. Kirby crackle popping on the master bus. Multitasking chaos, don't you make a fuss. Searching every folder for the guest tape. More stress than a multiverse level break. Warping the speed like a boom tube jump. Drop the low and let the speakers thump. Sweating like I'm trapped in the phantom zone. Mashing every button on this microphone. CPU is peaking, fans are spinning fast. Better late than never, hope the fire will last. I forgot the mix again. Bro, what happened, man? Comics for fun and profit, stick to the plan. Out of time, running like the flash in a blur. Scrambling the audio, making it pure. Coming through the speakers, yeah, we're coming in high. Hitting the mix with the only shot we got. Don't check the watch, don't ask about the delay. I'm an editor king in a world of gray. It's a total wreck, it's a continuity mess, but I'm cooking up a banger under all the stress. Almost there. Slide the fader up, let the beat play. I forgot the mix again. Bro, what happened, man? Comics for fun and profit, stick to the plan.